Okay. Now I'm going to speak about the characteristics of insecure masculine energy. So the first one is his identity is built on external things. Like he has a car, he has what car he has, how much money he has, and what is his title, about his body, his social status. He feels that, oh, ನನಗದಿದ್ರೇನೆ I have this identity anta. Because they are not satisfied with themselves, so they are trying to attach all these extra things to feel good about themselves. So these are not just things he has, they are who he is. And when we remove them, he collapses. He constantly needs to signal his worth. Oh, I have that, I have this, I am that, I am this. He keeps signaling his worth through the things what he owns or what he has achieved or who he who he knows under who he knows, like some of the influential people. All that he feels that okay, these are the things, if I attach it to me, then my worth increases. So one sentence what I would like to use is, I am I am not enough without all of this. That is the main thing that that person is feeling. This is about the insecure men. Okay. So his identity is built on external things. So in real life, if he does not have enough income, if he loses his entire sense of self, or if he loses his job, he becomes withdrawal. He's going to become more aggressive and he might go to depression, not because of the practical problems, but because of his identity just disappeared. And the second characteristics is he needs constant validation. He needs to be right, or else he keeps telling himself that I am always right. During arguments, he keeps telling himself that I'm always right. And they are always like comparing the women's opinion and telling that, see, you were wrong and I was right. So he cannot handle being corrected. He cannot handle being challenged or outperformed his, uh, what do you say? He's always fishing for compliments about his appearance irbodu, about his work irbodu, about his intelligence. So in real life, on the example ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. So his partner gently gives him feedback. Instead of hearing it, he immediately defends himself. The conversation quickly becomes about him being misunderstood, unappreciated, and attacked, even though all she did was express a feeling ಅಷ್ಟೆ. So the third characteristic is he controls instead of protects. Because he does not trust himself. You remember I spoke about that. He trusts himself. That's why he's a secure man. He in fact takes up, he becomes more accountability and he tries to protect and all that. But here he tends to control instead of protecting because he does not trust himself. He does not trust others. He controls his partner's movements, friendships, appearance, opinions. He monitors her phones, questions her constantly, creates rules and restrictions. And he calls it love. But it is a fear. It is a fear. He is not trying to protect her, he is trying to protect himself from his own insecurities. And if you have any questions regarding this, I will answer at the end. Okay? In real life example, she has lunch with a male colleague anta itಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. He spends the entire day texting her. Where are you? What did you eat? At what time are you leaving? Are you done with the meeting? ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ. And he's always questioning, why do you have to go? Why do you have to meet? Why do you have to go to a restaurant? You can do it on Zoom or whatever. He keeps questioning and sulking about it. He never say, I feel insecure. Instead, he says, you clearly don't respect me. You are not listening to me. You don't trust me. You don't respect my words. They'll say something like that, and they'll put the blame on someone else, their partners. So basically, he has turned his wounds into her responsibility. Let me make this clear. Control is never love. Control is fear with a possessive label on it. A man who controls, who who does not trust you. ಅದು he doesn't trust, but ಅವ್ರು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಿರೋದು ಆ ಥರ. Oh, the wife is also thinking like that, or the partner is also thinking like that, the man is also thinking like that. But the deeper meaning is he does not trust himself. He feels that he's not enough. He knows that deep down. He knows that he's not enough. That's why she's going over. What if she goes away with someone else? Anta? And the fourth one is he cannot handle her emotions. Like he doesn't know what to do. Next, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. When she cries, he gets irritated or he shuts down when she is upset. He leaves the room or he gives a silent treatment. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರೂ argument ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, because he doesn't know how to handle it. I'll tell you why now. This is very important because those men, they are always they grew up listening to words like man up, why men don't cry, be strong. ಅವ್ರು ಈ ಥರನೇ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So they do not know how to handle the emotions because they themselves don't know how to handle the emotion. And imagine when someone else is crying, they do not know how to handle the emotions. So be strong. So these are the kind of words that they've heard. So psychology behind this is he does not have a window to look through at emotion. He cannot understand the emotion. He only has a mirror. Everything reflects back to him. Ashte. So when the partner is upset, he does not see her pain. He sees his failure. And instead of sitting with that, he runs from it or he attacks it. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಳ್ಬೇಕು? ಏನಾಗೋಯ್ತು ಇವಾಗ? Because they don't know how to handle it. And the next point is he completes instead of connecting. So what is going to happen is he's going to put a full stop instead of connecting it. He sees other men as threat. So he's going to compete with them. And he tears other men down. Like it can be in terms of being sarcastic, or it can be in terms of making jokes or dismissals or undermining. He cannot genuinely celebrate another man's success. Every win around him reminds him of his own inadequacy with women. So he either puts them on a pedestal, or he's going to dismiss them entirely because he cannot relate to them as equal. And he uses silence as a weapon. The silent treatment. We all have experienced that treatment, right? Like majority of us have experienced the silent treatment. It is very common. So I'll tell you why it happens. So when hurt or threatened or discomfort happens, he disappears emotionally. He does not say I am hurt. I need some time ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. He just vanishes into coldness. ಅಂದ್ರೆ coldness ಅಂದ್ರೆ silence, just being very cold about it. And he uses silence to punish, to make her feel the anxiety of losing him, and to make her feel guilty. It is called emotional withdrawal. Emotional withdrawal ಅಂತಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನ. And in psychology, it is a form of emotional manipulation. Even when like unconscious ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Now I'm going to explain it to you why he does it. Because no one ever taught him to articulate emotional pain. Silence is the only tool he has. ಇನ್ಯಾವುದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, he is not aware of it. And somewhere he learned that pulling away creates fear in others. And fear feels like control. And control feels like safety. And one more characteristic is he doesn't take responsibility, always has a reason. You see, now I spoke about taking accountability, taking responsibility, but he deflects responsibility always. He always has a reason. So nothing is ever fully his fault. He always has a justification, an excuse, a reason why it is someone else's doing. ಗಾಡಿ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಂದ ಹಂಗಾಗೋಯ್ತು, ಅವನು ಹಂಗ ಮಾಡ್ದ. Or he blames the partner, his parents, his past, his circumstances. When you try to blame something to him, like when you show him the mistake, when you try to uh, bring him a particular situation, or bring something to him, the conversations always end up being about you. Like they shift the conversation with a blame game and they blame it on someone else. So here's I'm going to speak about the psychology behind this. Taking responsibility creates a stable sense of self, because you need to be able to say, I did wrong, without it meaning I am worthless. An insecure man cannot separate behaviors from identity. So admitting a mistake feels like admitting he is fundamentally broken anta, which is too unbearable to face. ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾ ರೂಪ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ?
But Secure man admits the mistake.
Yes. Secure masculine is always taking responsibility, is always taking accountability. If someone else keeps on making the mistake, he supports them and he shows them this is what is happening, this is how we can avoid this. And he has the courage to say, I am sorry. And he has the courage to say that, oh, I think my decision was not right. He has the courage to say that, oh, my opinion was not right. They have the courage. But here the insecure, I told you, the psychology behind it. So taking responsibility requires a stable sense of self ಅನ್ನೋದಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. And they need to be able to say I did wrong, which they cannot do it. And the next characteristic says he dismisses strong women. I'm sure some of you have experienced some men in the office and all that, especially in the male dominant fields. They only strong women can survive there because the men there are always trying to pull the women down. So I remember at one point I was working for L&T. It was the airport Oberoi Hotel construction. It was done by L&T. I was working there, and there was this person. He was in a senior most level for we were all coming from the same area, like myself and one more lady. Only we both were there, women. In the entire office there were all laborers and all these engineers and all that, interior designers and all. They were all there, all men. It was just me and the other lady who was into she was into electrical uh, field. And there was this incident that happened one day. That lady, she did not come, she could not come to the office, and it was me and that one more officer who was in a higher position, and he did not pick me up. He asked the driver, no, we are not picking her up, let's just go. And they did not pick me up. And I was actually, I think I was 6 months pregnant or something, and I had to take a bus and I had to go reach that place, airport. And then as soon as I went and I questioned that man, like, why did you do this? After that, and he had nothing to say. After that, there was one more a boss whom I was reporting to, and he told me, "You should not speak like that. You cannot go question him like that. Maybe there was some reason he did not pick you up, but you cannot go question him like that." So you see, that's what. Now if I just recollect, I just felt, I mean, now I can analyze. Of course, anyways, I don't want to judge anyone, but I know that, okay, maybe this characteristic was there, that's why he did this. Poor man, he's not aware of all these things. That's what but he was in a high level, he was in a high position, and this is what happened. And again, coming back to, they dismiss strong women. A woman who is confident, opinionate, who have a opinion, who is successful and not emotional, and okay, emotionally intelligent, they actually threaten them. They actually threaten the insecure people. They are actually scared of strong women. And what they do is they always try to dismiss the strong women. They always trying to compare with other women. They're always trying to be sarcastic about the women, about the strong women I'm speaking about. They can say things like, you are too much, and you're so aggressive, and why can't you just be easy? What he is actually saying is, your strength makes me feel I am weak, and I don't know how to handle that. A secure man is not intimidated by the powerful woman. He is inspired by her. Only an insecure man tries to make her smaller so he can feel bigger. So the next characteristics is, he is physically present but emotionally absent. He is in the house but not in the relationship. He provides financially but is emotionally unavailable. He is there, but she still feels completely alone. He has learned to show up in actions, but never in terms of sharing the emotion or in terms of feelings. So, this is one of the loneliest experiences a woman can have. And most women cannot name it. They just feel an unexplainable emptiness in a relationship that looks fine from the outside. And the next one is, he is performative, not authentic. You remember when I spoke about the first point in a secure masculine? They know how they do not have any facade around their partners or their boss or their children. They are same with everyone. But an insecure person, he has a public sense and he has a public image and a private image. And they are very different in public. They are charming, they're generous, they're respected in public. In private, they are cold, they are critical, they are withholding, and he has built an image and he guards it fiercely. So the people closest to him see the real man, and often they are the ones most hurt by them. Now I'm going to speak about the psychology behind all of this. So, where does the insecure masculine energy come from? It is the most important part of this session. The absent father, okay? It can be a boy who grew up without a, a present engaged father. Like the father wouldn't have engaged with the child, or the father wouldn't have showed love to the boy. Basically, the boy has no role model of secure masculine energy ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. So he learned what a man is from. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೂವೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಉಪೇಂದ್ರ ಮೂವಿಗಳು. And they would have seen on the streets, and they would have even seen on TV, and some of the bad influenced shows. ಇದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ that belief system has created. And if you have attended the webinar when I used to speak about the three secrets, the first secret is our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind, only second secret, I speak about how the beliefs are formed in the subconscious mind. And this is how they have created a man's image in their mind. So the father's role is very important here. A critical or conditional father. A boy whose fathers only approved of him when he achieved something, only approved the boy when the boy has scored something, only appreciated the boy when he brought a trophy home. So, according to the boy, he has learned that love is earned through performance only. So, he becomes a man who cannot rest, cannot fail, cannot be vulnerable, because the moment he is, he expects to lose the love. You see, there is a mismatch here. That's how the belief system is created. An overprotective or masculative environment ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. A boy who has never allowed to struggle. You see, overprotected. The father wouldn't have, the father, maybe the father is earning, and the father has not let any of his children know or understand what is struggle. They are overly protected. They don't know what is struggle. They don't know what is failure. They don't know how to face the consequences in life, and never developed an inner resilience at all. Or a boy who has shamed for sensitivity. So what he does is he has learned to bury his emotional self completely. So he became a man with no access to his own inner world. They don't even want to do the inner work because they're too scared. They've built this facade around them. Like, don't even come inside the facade anta. So the most insecure men are not broken adults, they are wounded boys. That boy is still sitting in them, operating, they're still operating from the wounded boys in an adult body, still trying to get something they never received as a child.